What up, world? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling Life. As you know, I am the host, Brian Janeau. And like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Go, you can follow all of the podcast episodes. They're on all podcast platforms everywhere. Thank you to everybody that's been downloading the podcast. I mean, crazy month of September. Hopefully, we continue this going into October and closing out the year, man. Closing out the year, I've been doing podcasts for a very long time. Thousand. I got over a good thousand, downloads this past month. So thank you to whoever's been listening. So Brian Janeau Show on all podcast platforms everywhere. You can listen to old episodes of Wrestling Life. They should be on there. So go listen to those episodes. Um, Social media, Instagram threads, Brian Janeau. Facebook, the Brian Janeau Show, and of course, TikTok, Brian Janeau Show. Go follow me on all of those social media platforms. I would appreciate it very, very much if you did. Really, what you do is the YouTube channel, man. Brian Janeau Show YouTube channel. Yeah, Brian Janeau Show YouTube channel. Hopefully, you go subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment, view the vids, like the vids. It helps in the algorithm if you like the vids and the shorts. I gotta get back to doing shorts. I haven't done shorts very long time. I'm sorry about that. But yeah. Um, but yeah, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, comment, like the vids. It helps in the algorithm if you do. Let's get into it. Like I said, this is Wrestling Life. Where do I start? where the fuck do I start? Um, Last night Raw was just it was boring. Fucking boring. Like last night Raw was so fucking boring. I just God. Ah my God. Let me just say this right here, right now. Roman Reigns is back. Great. Great to see Roman back. Listen, Roman is that level success story where you know like he has peaked the Rock Austin, Undertaker level of importance to the WWE company, brand, storylines, everything, man. Like anytime Roman comes back on TV, it's a moment. With that being said, I do not give a single solitary fuck that he is back. It's great to see him. It's awesome to have him, but I do not care. I don't care about Roman Reigns. I don't care because it's the same shit. They took him out the same way. He comes back the same way. This motherfucker can't come back at the opening of the beginning of the show. You don't have to plan this shit out. Like, come on, bro. Like it's this shit is just so stupid. I don't get this shit, bro. I'm sorry. Like I'm so sick and tired of this is how Roman always has to be presented. Like it just sucks. It's tiring. And here's the thing, man. I am sick and tired of this bloodline storyline. I'm sick and tired of it. I know some people are super excited that Roman's back and now Jay and him are gonna do something together, and that shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. I don't care. I don't give not one single solitary fuck that is happening. I think this storyline is what it is. Um, you did. This is my thought process on this. You told this story for a good 4.5 to 5 years of the bloodline. It was great. It was peak storytelling. I've always said that this is probably one of the best stories that WWE's done in a very long time. It actually makes sense. You can follow it. You understand it. It was great. But what the fuck are we doing now? This, I don't care about the story. I don't care. I don't care what Roman and Jay are trying to do. I don't care what this leads to Jimmy. I don't care, bro. You know why I don't care? Because you're telling the same story on fucking Friday Night SmackDown with Solo. It's the same story. Everybody coming up and saying, I acknowledge you, Solo. Like, Bro, why are you treating this motherfucker like he's a tribal chief? He's not. And now people are sitting there saying, oh, well, Brandon, they're going to make Jimmy J the tribal chief. Why? Why? What? This is what I think. I think this storyline was supposed to die with Rock and Roman. And the fact that Rock never fully was invested in making this match happen, and he dipped the fuck out, and he didn't want to do it. They had to keep the storyline going until somebody beats Roman in the bloodline. It wasn't Solo because he wasn't ready. It could be Jacob, but they're not going to do Jacob and Roman ever. At least not to that point. It's Jay. It makes sense to have Jay beat Roman. Because it started with Jay. This storyline started with Jay. It started with Roman pretty much, beating Jay into the bloodline. The problem with that is, this is the problem with this storyline, how long is this shit gonna take? Because I don't have time to invest another 5 fucking years into this story. Like, I don't have time for this shit, bro. Let's speed this shit up. This is my thing about the slow burning of a bloodline storyline. It's great until it's not. There were times where this bloodline storyline didn't make sense, and it wasn't good, and it sucked. And again, people block this shit out because they just don't want to remember it. They choose to not remember this. I remember when his bloodline storyline just didn't make any fucking sense. Roman would literally just beat people every month. He had a nothing feud with Finn Balor. And it didn't make sense. The only time this storyline even made even a lick of sense is when he beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38. And then the next time we saw him was at Backlash. And they had an incredible 6-man tag with Drew McIntyre, RK Bro versus the Bloodline, the Usos and Roman. And then Roman left for fucking months. And he came back and helped the Usos get the undisputed titles. And for months, you had 2 belts on Roman Reigns, and he was just nowhere to be found. This is what people forget. See, this is the problem I got with people. You remember what the fuck you want to remember from this story. You pick and choose what the fuck you remember from this story. For somebody that watched this whole story play out, I don't want this to happen again. Because yes, when it was at its peak, it was great. It was awesome. You couldn't tell them that it wasn't the best storyline that they've ever put together. But this storyline definitely had its fucking lows. And that's what the fuck people don't want to remember. This storyline had definitely had some fucking lows. Like when Paul Heyman got punched in the face and was kicked out the bloodline because he just didn't tell Roman, he didn't tell Roman about Brock Lesnar coming back. And then you redid all that shit. You just redid it and then put Roman back with Paul Heyman back with Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. It's like, what the fuck are we like? Why did Roman even come? And then just then to have Bobby Lashley not even lose the belt. Bobby Lashley was the WWE champion. He didn't even lose the belt. He got injured or some shit, and he couldn't even defend the belt in the Elimination Chamber. Or he got injured in the Elimination Chamber and got put out the whole and that's what led to WrestleMania 38. Brock Lesnar won the Royal Rumble. Ended up in an Elimination Chamber for some fucking apparent reason. Because he's Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon was just not gonna let Brock Lesnar be in the title match picture. Took the belt and then did that big ass WrestleMania match, which fucking sucked. This is the problem I got with people, bro. Like, y'all only remember 2 fucking years of the story. This shit went on for 5 fucking years. About 5 fucking years, 4.5 years. Like, bro, this shit went on for like 4.5 years. You only remember 2023 to 2024. That's all the fuck you remember. You don't remember shit else. There was a 2-year gap where this shit just didn't make no sense. It just continuously pushed itself. It was just Roman was never on TV. It was just like, what the fuck are we doing, bruh? He had nothing feuds. He beat Bryan Danielson on a SmackDown, and Bryan Danielson, the next time we saw him, was in AEW. He beat Cesaro at a Backlash. Next time we saw Cesaro, he was at AEW. Like what the fuck, bro? This fucking storyline sucked. This fucking storyline sucked, bro. And now you want to redo it? You're rehashing it. Like the only way this storyline makes sense is if Jay beats Roman. Because Roman just giving Jay the Ula follow and saying you're now the tribal chief. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. It undermines the whole fucking point of having a goddamn bloodline. To be the tribal chief, you had to be a champion, which I've been said. I don't know where the fuck this storyline broke off from being not about the title and just about the Ula Fala. But this storyline broke off somewhere. And now it's about Roman. You know what? Let me just get real with this shit. Fuck this. I'm gonna get real with this shit. I ain't got time for this shit. I'm trying to be all peaceful and shit. I don't give a fuck about Jay. I don't give a fuck about Jimmy. I don't give a fuck about Roman. I don't care about the bloodline, bro. You're trying to retell a story 5 years later, and it's the same story. Now the only difference is that Jay now understands what Roman was trying to do for him when he was in the bloodline. The point of Jay leaving the bloodline is because Roman was fucking being manipulative and fucking him over. And now he's like, no, I understand now why he was doing that. Nigga, what? You understand why Roman was literally fucking you over? You understand that shit. You understand that the mental games that he played with you. You understand that now. And again, I said this a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to say it again. The bloodline storyline only works when Roman's in it. Because if you tell me that Jimmy and Jay was going to do all of this shit without Roman, it doesn't make sense. Which brings me back to what I've said a couple weeks ago. The only thing that this storyline, the bloodline storyline, has actually really done is help Roman. It's not help Jay. It's not help Jimmy. It's not help Sammy. It's not help Solo. It has not helped the goddamn soul. It has only helped Roman. And what the fuck you about to see is exactly that. Because what was the first thing people said right after this happened last night? Roman ain't changed. No shit. No shit. This is my problem with the fan base. These fans nowadays, y'all are not real fans. Y'all fans of a person, not an actual thing. And that's my problem. Like people are fans of a person and not the actual wrestling, not the storylines. Y'all fans of a person. The bloodline storyline brings you back to a time where you loved wrestling. You watched this shit, you loved it. But I need you to understand something. That shit don't happen twice, bro. You want history to repeat itself. It might not happen twice, bro. You might cut out on this storyline 2 months into it and be like, this shit's stupid. This don't make no sense. Because it doesn't make sense. What is the story? Is it Jay becoming the OTC? Well, if that is the case, then let's get to it. Because I don't need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months of this shit just for it to be the payoff at SummerSlam of Jay finally turning heel on Roman because Roman took his belt. And now he understands that he has to take out his own family. Like, this is it just doesn't make sense, bro. I don't care about this bloodline storyline, man. I do not care, bro. I do not care. I don't care where this is going. I don't give a shit what the fuck the end goal is. I physically just cannot handle it. I don't care no more. It's the same shit over and over again. And you want me to get excited about Roman Reigns coming back for the 809th time this fucking year, doing the same shit over and over again? I don't care that much, bro. Y'all have killed this storyline. Y'all have dragged this shit. Y'all have beaten a dead horse, bro. This storyline to me was supposed to end with The Rock and Roman. It never happened. So now y'all been trying to figure out a way to kind of get the bloodline, the Ula Fala off of Roman. And y'all have circled to, well, it's going to be Jay. That's great, but you should have probably did that shit at SummerSlam 2 fucking years ago. You probably should have did that shit at SummerSlam 2 fucking years ago. Which brings me back to Jimmy's situation. Jimmy being a part of this shit. Which is Jimmy basically saying, like, the reason why he cost Jay the title in the Ula Fala in that match was to keep him from being like Roman. And now Jimmy's looking at them like, and now Jay is turning into Roman regardless. He's still turning into Roman. So what was the point of Jimmy costing Jay the fucking title if he was just gonna turn into Roman 2 years later? What was the point? What was the point? Oh, now he finally understands. No, that's fucking stupid. What was the point, bruh? This motherfucker turned into Roman anyway. He turned into Roman anyway. You should have just had him fucking beat Roman at fucking SummerSlam. I don't care about the bloodline, man. I don't care about the bloodline. Of course, like I said, everybody's gonna immediately dismiss how bad Raw was last night because you got Roman Reigns back. I don't give a fuck about Roman, bro. I don't care. After he does his thing he does whatever he does at Crown Jewel, and then they do the War Games match, he's gone for at least until Royal Rumble. And then he's gonna be gone to at least the Elimination Chamber. And then he's gonna come back for WrestleMania. Which that don't work because if your plan is for Roman and Seth, Roman's either gonna have to win the Royal Rumble or he's gonna have to win the Elimination Chamber. Or Seth's gonna drop the belt before then, which I don't think Seth's gonna drop the belt before then. So it doesn't make sense to have Seth drop the belt before then. So what's the match? How does Roman get Seth Rollins? Because he's got to either win the Royal Rumble, and I think CM Punk's winning that, in the Elimination Chamber, which he can win the Elimination Chamber, but that's not going to lead to Cody and him. I mean, it's going to lead to him and Cody. And I don't see the point of taking a belt off of a dude just to put a belt right back on him 2 years fucking later when y'all did all of this work to take the fucking belt off of him for 4 years. It just undermines the entire fucking reasoning for why he was built so strongly. Just to then take the belt off of the fucking so fucking stupid, bro. The storyline's fucking dumb. Fucking stupid, bro. Wrestling has sucked this year. It's just a bunch of fucking nothing. Storylines that you think are supposed to be good just fall like a dud. Like they feel like a dud. Like they just like this Bloodline storyline. It feels like a fucking dud. Y'all are getting excited for this shit because it's Roman and it's. I don't give a fuck about these two. I don't care, bro. You telling me you can't create no other storylines except no, now it's Jay that's crashing out. And Jay now understands why Roman. Like, bro, you can't create no other storylines. All that talent on that roster, you can't create no other storylines. Fucking guess, dude. Fucking guess, dude. I fucking guess, dude. The best story they have told all year long is what's happening right now with Cody and Seth. That's the best story they told all fucking time. This is actually they have the least amount of time, but they have literally the best story. Out of all of the matches so far on Crown Jewel, you have Cody and Seth, the Kabuki Warriors and Io and Rhea, John Cena and AJ Styles. Like, from a story base, this might be the best story base PLE they put together. Now the Stephanie and Tiffany one, that feels like just a nothing fucking match. It feels like they just threw that shit on the card. It feels like it's not supposed to be even a thing. But cool. It feels like just a champion versus champion match. It's not anything serious. Just we're going in there and we're gonna wrestle. But Cody and Seth have actual history. AJ Styles and John Cena have actual history. The Kabuki Warriors and Rhea and Io have literally the best storyline going right now in WWE, and they have history. This makes sense. And if they really wanted to tell a story even more advanced, Rhea could really get to Asuka and say, Yeah, I might not be able to beat Io, but Asuka, the first title I've ever won in WWE, main roster title I ever won in WWE, I beat you. And I beat you at WrestleMania 37. If Real really wanted to be that petty, she could do that shit. Yeah, I might not be able to beat Io, but I beat you before. Or I could beat you easily. I've beaten you before. I've beaten you on the grandest stage of them all. I've beaten you for the Raw Women's title. That WWE World, that WWE Championship that Tiffany's carrying right now, I beat you for that at WrestleMania 37. My first ever WrestleMania, well, my second WrestleMania ever in front of a lot, my first ever in front of a live crowd. I beat you. I took your belt in front of a live crowd. And that right there would set Oscar ass off. To be honest with you, man, I think this is it, man. I don't think they need any more matches. These 4 matches that they have is good. I know people are like, oh man, it should be more. No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. I mean, maybe do a Sammy Open challenge, but they're gonna have that the Friday before the Crown Jewel pay per view. I would say maybe Dom and Penta or Dom and Rusev, but I don't think that's coming. I think these are the 4 matches. I don't think we. And on top of that, bro, it's at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning here. I'm not trying to watch 7 fucking matches on a PLE card, bro. I just got up. Let me go get my coffee, bro. Like, what we doing, bro? Like, like what we doing, bro? Like, we not doing all that. 4, maybe 5, maybe AJ and Becky, maybe AJ Lee and Becky, and that's how we get the 5th match. I don't need 6, 7, 8 matches, bro. Like, Becky and AJ feel more of a match that should be happening on the card than Roman and Braun. That's just facts. Like, I think AJ and Becky would be way more impactful. They already have the history. They already have something brewing. Clearly, Punk is going to go match Seth Rollins at some point. Like, it just makes way more sense. But they got 4 matches, and those 4 matches work. Speaking of Dom, I've said this. I said this Saturday. I said it again. I don't see it. I don't see it. I get it. I get it. I hear you. Bunch of pops. Oh, but the crowd loves him, Brandon. The crowd loves him. I don't give a fuck if the crowd loves him. The kid's character is literally just Eddie Guerrero. His move set is Ray. His character is Eddie. There's nothing. So you're literally just mimicking Eddie, and that's great. The difference is Eddie was great in the ring, bro. Dom is not good. You know what? I'll take that back. He's decent. He's decent in the ring. But Eddie was a fucking beast in the wrestling department. Like, Eddie could fucking go in the wrestling department. Watch him in WCW. Watch him in WWE. Dom does not have any of that. He can't. He doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have any of that ability in the ring. Now, granted, he's only been wrestling for 5 fucking years. I can't even give this kid all that for, this was never his life. This is not what he thought he would be doing with the rest of his life, probably. Instead, he's become a wrestler in 5 years. He's better, but you can tell his 619 is still a little slow. It's like he still takes his time to get the 619 going. He takes too long to get up to the top rope and hit the frog splash. It's like, bro, what the? I really do hope and pray. I really do hope and pray they will give this dude a different move set. Like, bro, you too tall to be hitting Rey Mysterio moves. He's too fucking tall, bro. Like, I wish they would give him Eddie's move set more. Like, he does kind of some Eddie moves, but he's too fucking tall to be trying to hit a 619, bro. He's too tall. Like, it doesn't feel real. Like, it feels like, bro, he's taking his sweet time to hit a move that should be quick, quick, quick. Perfect example. Watch how Stephanie Vercurry, and I know she's a woman and she's way smaller, but you see how fast she hits that shit? She hits it quick. It don't take 20 steps and shit. Like, bro, just go hit the rope, boom, boom, and go off and go get it. I just wish they would give him a different moveset. I wish they'd give him a different moveset. He's too much like Ray. He's too much like Eddie. It's like, bro, like, give him a different moveset. And to y'all like that. It reminds you of the past. Exactly what it has always been. It reminds you of the past. So you're always gonna give it a pass. You're always gonna give it a pass for what it is. But I'm not into Dom, bro. I don't care about Dom. I do not give a fuck about Dom. I think his title reign sucks. I think it fucking sucks. And probably the reason why also I don't like Dom so much is because he has clearly outgrown Judgment Day. And yet you're still in Judgment Day. Like, if they would just take this kid out of Judgment Day, I probably would give him a better, more of a different approach. But the fact that they literally have Dom just still in fucking Judgment Day is like, bro, why is he there? Why do you have this kid in fucking Judgment Day? I don't understand this shit, bro. Like, yeah, man, I'm not a huge fan of Dom, bro. I'm not a huge fan of Braun Breaker. Like, I'm just not a huge fan of neither one of these dudes. I'm not a huge fan. So I saw somebody on social media saying, oh, fans love Hills. Not really. I think no. I saw somebody say, oh, I wish Hills would go back to being hated. Not in this climate. I think this climate is so negative nowadays that the bad guy seems like it's more. The bad guy seems more like he makes sense than the good guy. But the problem with that is that yeah, heels need to be hated. They can't be likable, and that's the fucking problem. In wrestling, a heel needs to be hated. The problem because, and this is something I think Big Show was talking about with the NWO. He said this about the NWO, right? Like the NWO, the reason why the NWO was great for what it was, but then it kind of faded a little bit, is because you got a ton of heels that's cooler than the fucking good guys. That's a problem, bro. So anybody that beats them, that beats the heels, they're not made. They're booed. So it's just this shit is bad, man. Shit is bad, man. I think also why I don't like wrestling this year is the opinions. I think some people got opinions and it's just so stupid. Some people's opinions just make you look at them and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You should be sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? Some people's opinions do not need to be put out there sometimes. This wrestling nowadays, I feel like wrestling right now, especially nowadays, you could tell by the climate. A lot of people have opinions, and some of those opinions, and again, it's your opinion, totally understandable. It's your opinion. You have the right to feel your way about your opinion. But the IWC is the worst goddamn invention that has ever been for fans. It's the worst. It fucking sucks. Like it sucks. The IWC don't know shit. They only live off of a moment. They don't know real actual storylines. They don't know how to actually make good content. They learn what they want. And once they don't get it, then they want to shit on it and talk about it sucks, it's not good, it's bad. They love a person, not actual story. And that's where the problem kicks in with the IWC. They're a bunch of fan bases that think they know what the fuck they're talking about. And they have no fucking clue. That's why I say wrestling right now sucks in all aspects. It sucks. It's not good. The WWE's main roster is just a fucking nothing. It's a nothing. Main roster sucks. AEW is just as fucking bad. So don't give me this bullshit that AEW's roster, AEW is just getting that storytelling back in place. No, the fuck it's not. They suck too. The only thing that's been good about wrestling this year has been the NXT and TNA partnership. That's it. Outside of that, there's nothing else. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do tonight with this invasion angle moving forward. I'm looking forward to seeing how this is gonna look. Because if I was WWE and TNA, I would do the invasion angle. And I don't know how you're gonna do these teams. I have no idea how you do these teams. I think again, Obafemi. I think Obafemi is gonna still be in WWE, do on NXT until this invasion angle is over. I don't think he's moving up anytime soon. I do believe the women in NXT definitely need to be called the fuck up because SmackDown sucks. But yeah, man. I can't wait to see how this is gonna look. I can't wait to see how this is gonna look. Anyway, that's it. No, I feel like it didn't say too much because there's nothing to really say, man. Wrestling just sucks right now. It's not good, bro. It just sucks, man. And you're trying to find reasons to care. I just don't have it. I just don't have it, man. So yeah, man. But that is all. This is Wrestling Life. I am Brandon. Peace.